and had recently left Home Finders, the independent fostering agency, IFA, I'd been working with, because they'd closed their local branch and Jill, my trusted support social worker, had taken early retirement. I was now fostering for the local authority, LA. While it made no difference to the child which agency I fostered for, I was having to get used to slightly different procedures and doing without the excellent support of Jill. I did have a supervising social worker, as the LA called them, but I didn't see her very often, and I knew that, unlike Jill, she wouldn't be with me when a new child arrived. It wasn't the LA's practice. It was now 12 noon, so if all went to plan, Tara and Zeena would be with me at about 2 o'clock. The secondary school Zeena attended was on the other side of town, about half an hour's drive away. I went upstairs to check on what would be Zeena's bedroom for however long she was with me. I always kept the room clean and tidy and with the bed made up, as I never knew when a child would arrive. The room was never empty for long, and Amy, whose story I told in Another Forgotten Child, had left us 2 weeks previously. The duvet cover, pillowcase and cushions were neutral beige, which would be fine for a 14-year-old girl. To help her settle and feel more at home, I would encourage her to personalise her room by adding posters to the walls and filling the shelves with her favourite books, DVDs, and other knickknacks that litter teenagers' bedrooms. Satisfied that the room was ready for Zeena, I returned downstairs. I was nervous. Even after many years of fostering, awaiting the arrival of a new child or children is an anxious time. Will they be able to relate to me and my family? Will they like us? Will I be able to meet their needs, and how upset or angry will they be? Once the child or children arrive, I'm so busy there isn't time to worry. Sometimes teenagers can be more challenging than younger children, but not always. At 1:30 the landline rang. It was Tara now calling from her mobile. "Zeena is in the car with me," she said quickly. "We're outside of school, but she wants to stop off at home first to collect some of her clothes. We should be with you by 3 o'clock. "All right," I said. "How is she?" There was a pause. "I'll tell you when I see you," Tara said pointedly. I replaced the receiver and my unease grew. From Tara's response, I guessed something was wrong. Perhaps Zeena was very upset. Otherwise, Tara would have been able to reassure me that Zeena was all right, instead of saying, "I'll tell you when I see you." My 3 children were young adults now. Adrian, 22, had returned from university and was working temporarily in a supermarket until he decided what he wanted to do. He was thinking of accountancy. Lucy, my adopted daughter, was 19 and working in a local nursery school. Paula, just 18, was in the 6th form at school and had recently taken her A-level examinations. She was hoping to attend university in September. I was divorced. My husband John had run off with a younger woman many years previously, and while it had been very hurtful for us all at the time, it was history now. The children, as I still refer to them, wouldn't be home until later, and I busied myself in the kitchen. At 2:15 the telephone rang again. "We're leaving Zeena's home now," Tara said tightly. "Her mother had her suitcase packed ready. We'll be with you in about half an hour." I thanked her for letting me know and replaced the receiver. I sensed there was trouble in what Tara had left unsaid, and I was surprised Zeena's mother had packed her daughter's case so quickly. She couldn't have known for long that her daughter was going into care. Tara hadn't known herself for definite until half an hour ago, yet she had spent that time packing. Usually parents are so angry when their child first goes into care, unless they've requested help, that they have to be persuaded to part with some of their child's clothes and personal possessions to help them settle in at their carers. I'd have been less surprised if Tara had said there'd been a big scene at Zeena's home and she wouldn't be coming into care after all, for teenagers are seldom forced into care against their wishes, even if it is for their own good. Now assured that Zeena was definitely on her way, I texted Adrian, Paula and Lucy. "Zeena, 14, arriving soon. See you later. Love, Mum. Kiss, kiss." I was looking out of the front room window when about half an hour later